Actually live right now.
Yo, what's up?
Hello, hello, hello.
What's popping, everybody? Like I said, y'all know I'm just gonna let people in. The link is gonna be in the description, so you can jump in. You know, I don't know if you want to ask a question. I know people got questions for Ty. You know what I mean? But yeah, just do that, and you can. Then you got it. I don't know how long the stream gonna be, because I
Oh,
mean,
it's always one of them kind of things where like it's like a panel of like stars, and then a guest comes on, asks them some questions, and then buggers off.
Yeah, panel of stars.
the stars. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I feel like a star after wrecking Brago and Burning Blood.
Stop it, bro, stop it. I won more games though. I
Yeah,
won.
but we both agreed it was winner takes all.
We
So
did, we did. Good, GG. All right, GG.
Damn,
GG.
I can't believe the guys still play that game.
Bro, it's getting better, I think. I think the more you play it and the better you get, the more fun it is.
exactly.
I figured everyone would already be like, I don't know how to explain
Well,
it, but I feel like after now, everyone should be like, hit the
bro,
skill.
I'm
Yeah.
still I'm still learning combos.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah.
We discovered a new move on Blackbeard today. Like if you jump and then hold R1 and Empress Triangle, he uses Whitebeard's Earthquake Stomp.
Oh, guys, the link is in the description. You can jump in for a bit, ask a question, chat for a little bit, but you gotta dip. You know what
You know what I mean?
I mean? No problem. Ashura, I see you got a new picture today, man.
What?
So you got a new picture
Every stream.
every stream. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, sure. I feel you on that.
Joe Jonas, what's popping, bro?
Yo, people need to stop saying that Bo's got a 5 head, man.
Her forehead isn't that bad, honestly.
She's got a 5 head. It's one more than 4 head, man.
It's not that bad.
She's got an extra 4 head on her forehead.
I don't know. Wait, are people scared to join the stream? Theory, people scared of you?
Probably. I did destroy you on Burning Blood after.
Stop, bro. Stop. Or we may have to be like a live rematch or something.
My PS4's off. I can't go over there again. I'll sit comfortably on my mountain of W's.
Mountain, bro. Wait, Joe Jonas just came in and muted himself. What's going on? But Joe doesn't want to.
I'm here.
What's popping, bro?
What are your top 5 supernovas?
Top five supernovas. Wait, there, where are your top five supernovas?
Wait. You mean like strength-wise, or just like who we like?
Strength-wise.
Well, first of all, thanks for the repetitive question. We had that last stream.
Oh,
I'm joking. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't see it. My fault.
It's alright. I'm joking.
He's trolling.
I've got Luffy at number 1 because of Gear 4, and then I would place Law maybe next, just because of his fruit, and then Urouge from the stats we got last chapter, maybe Kid, and then maybe Drake.
Wait, Ty, who you got?
Urouge number 1.
Rouge number. Who said that? Who's trolling?
You asked
No, but for real, he's got feats. He's the only one who has feats right now. Let's be honest.
You asked me for my top 5 supernovas.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kid number 1.
Wait, you said
Luffy number 2. Yeah, I told you, Kid is stronger than Luffy or whatever like that. Like it's just some trend because Kid took an L. Like people got to stop like changing their minds about strong people just because they took an L or whatever like that. Like you know, you lose. It doesn't change. It doesn't change your stats and how strong you are.
All right, what's your top five?
Kid, Luffy, Law, Urouge, and X Drake probably.
I have the exact same list, except I'll swap X Drake and Urouge.
You have Kid at 1?
Yeah. And Luffy,
I got
Law,
Kid at 1.
X Drake.
Right, yeah, I got Luffy at 1. I still got Kid at 2, Law 3, Rouge 4, and Drake at 5.
We're talking about the most powerful supernovas. Why
Yeah.
is Luffy at number 1? It should be the basically the Yonko Blackbeard.
Come on.
We're not counting Blackbeard.
Blackbeard isn't a supernova.
Come on.
Blackbeard isn't a supernova though. He's the worst generation.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bounty over 100 mil.
Worst generation. Talking about the supernovas.
Well, I thought the worst generations were the supernovas.
No, the supernovas are part of the worst generation. But the supernovas are people with over 100 mil bounties, which is 11. But the 12 worst generation guy is Blackbeard.
Real question though is who's the weakest supernova?
Ani.
Capone.
No, I'm sorry, Capone.
Usopp. It's Usopp.
Urouge.
Usopp is not a supernova.
Fuck said Usopp.
Yeah, but he's got 200 now, man.
Wait,
You know
you
that
going off
200
bounty?
is- Huh?
You just going off bounty right now?
Yeah. I thought the supernovas were judged from that.
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it was just from free time skip. You can't become a supernova just because you have a bounty. No?
And
I
what
don't
about-
think any of the first supernovas.
I know that they judged Bartolomeo as one because he's got a bounty of 100 plus something.
Yeah, but he's like a different like the
He's in a
next
different
generation.
class.
Yeah.
Wait, what is saying tomorrow? Brago mutes your other account. What are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? Wait, so the consensus is that what's her name? Capone is the weakest.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's the weakest, but the schemiest.
Hold on. No, none of the supernovas is the weakness. Is the weakest.
What do
No,
you
that's
mean?
not possible.
What do you
No, it is possible. Cause check this out. Like even with you think like
Every time he says
think
something
a ro-
bad, he's about to
Alright,
get
check this out.
Yo, it kills me. Yo. It
You
kills
think
me.
a Rose
Here it
got
comes. Here it comes.
brolic and strong out the blue? You didn't get brolic and strong out the blue. Like obviously Oda did it in a way that like even the ones that we sleep on will find something out. Like oh snap, that person was beast. So I felt like none of them is gonna be the weakest. Everybody's gonna do something. Like you're saying Capone is the weakest now, right? Remember he was talking to Peckhams and Peckhams was like that's disgusting or whatever like that. So if he does something crazy at the tea party and he ills out and he goes crazy, then what? You can't say he's the weakest anymore if he does some bullshit
Right, if he
at the
does
tea
that,
party.
then-
So
yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So Oda has it so that they're all Luffy rivals. They're all beasts. Law's a beast. Kid's a beast.
But we
Capone's
can't
gonna
just
be a
say
beast.
they're
Bonnie's
all
gonna
the
be a
same
beast.
strength.
That's the way Oda chose to do
I
it, though.
think
He didn't
I
do
think
it in
they're
a
all gonna
way.
have their highlights.
Yeah,
can't
he
just
didn't
say-
do it in a way where
Yeah,
it's like
gonna have
they're
their
relevant.
highlights, but they're not all the same. You can't just say, well, they're all the same.
No. I'm not saying that they're all equal.
That's what I'm saying.
But at
So
the
who's the
same
weakest?
time, even if Capone
I'm
does something
talking about in terms of like who, because it's like okay, if you're basing it off
No,
of
no, no,
their
okay, so
feats
listen
and
to this,
stuff like
listen to
that,
Hold on,
everybody's
hold
gonna
on,
have
hold
them.
Now, hold on. Moko RS just said, according to Ty, if all the supernovas fight for final fight will fight for all eternity because there's no weakest.
Yeah, this guy says Tyquan is the type to put fingers
Oh,
in his,
bro,
in
don't
his
read
What about Apuda?
Don't read that comment, bro. But nah, yo, somebody got to be the weakest. Like, they're not just all.
No,
gonna-
I'm telling you, it's
Bonnie.
genius to do it that way actually, because it's like you know we used to think oh this person was a scrub and this person was a scrub, but we
It
used
has
to
nothing to
think
do
like
with being a
Luffy.
scrub. It just has to
It's
do
not a
with
scrub. They're just not the strongest.
I over exaggerate when I say it. It doesn't mean that they're a scrub, but I'm saying like that whole thing that we've made up in our own heads that it's
Wait.
Luffy,
I just
Kid,
told
and
him,
Law
hold
is the
on,
strongest.
for the biscuit.
That's gone now. It's not even like that
Hold
anymore.
on. Let me ask. Chase. Who you got as the weakest supernova?
I would say Capone. He
Capone.
can't even fight by himself.
Okay. Okay, I'm with you. D Luciano. Who you got?
I got Bonnie.
Bonnie?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a
I feel like her devil. Nah, I feel like her devil fruit isn't that powerful as Capone's.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't like I don't like her devil fruit at all.
To be able to turn people into kids, or I don't know, like some.
I don't know how like put her in a Marine Ford kind of setting, like she's turning people into. I don't see her.
like a battle. If she
I mean, in
Yeah.
a war, it's like it's not. I don't. know.
He does have a point. Like,
But I mean, Capone, he would excel in that.
I mean, I guess it kind of like depends like how her power works, because of like
Yeah, it depends.
say you fuck up once,
Even
she turns
Bonnie
you-
power is like
Say you fuck up once and she turns you into a kid. Like, does it like last forever or like what? Like, 'cause obviously she'll be able to rest.
yes, I'm saying her powers is broken. Yeah, we've seen her turn Marines into kids and stuff like that, and even turn people old. So how is she the weakest? This is what I'm saying. Like none of them is the weakest. They're all like beasts in their
Who?
own
Yeah,
ways
I think it was strength level,
with their
bro.
own fighting styles.
You said none of them.
And
are the-
Capone, I'm telling you, He can't be the weakest because he's about to wild out.
Wait, so of the admirals, none of them are the weakest?
I feel like none of them is the weakest. All right, put it like this: if you say if everybody's gonna say Capone and Bonnie's the,
Wait, say that again. Did somebody mute?
y'all all will be biting Jay-Z like. Yo.
No, but the thing is like even if Capone does some crazy shit at the tea party, he can still be the weakest.
Oda's not gonna do it that way. He's not gonna do it to where like he needed a bunch of help and he's weak. He's gonna do it like on some boss stuff, and you're not gonna be like, oh snap.
Wait. Let me ask Sharif, who you think, bro? Who you think?
The weakest?
Yeah.
A poo.
Hey, I can't.
Chill.
Poo ran from pigs.
Dude, you can't sleep on someone with a turd on it.
I'm gonna say a poo for weakest.
I mean,
if you're brave enough to be birthed with the name Pooh, you gotta be strong.
If you say he's like the cowardly one of the supernovas.
Not saying he weak overall, but just saying out of the weakest, he the weakest. Capone can't be the weakest. He always fight with his group.
The thing is, though, someone just said if you think all supernovas are
Frewb
equal,
just leave.
if you think all supernovas are equal, then you think killer equals kid.
A poo powers don't even make sense.
I'm not saying that they're all equal, but I'm saying none of them is like, all right, like it's not Killer's not the weakest. This is what I'm saying. Like Capone could still be stronger than Killer.
No, I'm saying in your opinion.
She could still be.
This is not fact. Nothing we're saying is fact. In your opinion.
Actually,
I'm not even gonna think that way anymore because it's like at first I thought that.
Alright, you're being a little bit ridiculous.
No, check this out. At first I thought it was Kid, Lord.
It's
and
gonna
Luffy.
change though. That's the point of this. That's the point of the discussion. It's like it's gonna change.
And I thought everybody else was weaker, but now I don't even think that because now I'm starting to see they all are strong in their own ways, and that they're all like they're not perfectly evenly matched, but it's like they're all just as beasts at it. Like she could turn Zoro to a baby. That's it. He's crying now. Sanji
Hold
gotta
on,
pick him up.
All right. So what is your opinion of the supernovas? Just give me your quick opinion.
They're all trying to, they all have the same goal in mind as Luffy, and they're all trying to do that, but they're gonna do it in their own ways or whatever like that.
So if Luffy fights Bonnie, who's winning?
Luffy's winning, but like.
So Bonnie's weaker than Luffy.
Luffy can't be Bonnie.
In One Piece, they're gonna make Luffy win somehow, but I'm pretty sure that like if it was like like if anybody
don't tell me somehow.
She could just turn Luffy into a baby. Then what?
Bonnie's not
she's turning everybody into
that OP. You're saying that if
he's
he goes
strongest,
second,
she's
then
turning everybody into a
just
baby.
fight with him.
She's turning
So confirmation, Bonnie's stronger than Luffy.
She's taking out the whole crew. Luffy, baby, turning Sanji old.
No,
Zoro.
Guys, he's kind of right because if you look at like Sugar,
Bonnie for Admiral level.
She was kind of disgustingly OP as well.
But
So
she got taken out of Usopp.
Sugar's ability had an after effect. She turned into a toy, and you don't even remember afterwards.
Didn't Bonnie get captured by Blackbeard?
Yeah.
But if Bonnie's fruit works the same, where she literally just has to touch you to affect you, that's pretty OP.
Okay, so what about the fact if you use Haki on that the defensive wall?
Listen here. Because remember when Trable, he dragged Chinjao, Donsai, Cavendish all into that room with Sugar. They are very good at Haki. They could have Hakied up, but they all got slimed and they all got turned into toys.
Yeah, you're talking about the slime thing, but
it's like the same thing with Law's fruit. Like you can just say Law has the most OP fruit by far, and which he kind of does, but like there's still ways to counter it. Otherwise, he could have just killed Doflamingo himself.
I think Conqueror's falling out of that. Like out of hacks.
You can avoid Bonnie and stuff like that, but like what we're saying is like Ty's kind of right in the fact that she can solo a lot of people, but from what we've seen, she did get murked by Blackbeard's crew, and she didn't even lay a finger on one of them because none of them have changed age.
Well, I guess my thing is we're not saying as far as the whole spectrum of One Piece how to view the supernovas. Is saying, in your opinion, who do you think is the strongest? Who do you think? That's it.
I feel like Kid is the strongest, but as a who's the weakest, I don't have nobody because they're all, you know what I mean? Like I have my top five.
I have a good question. If we discard the supernovas' fruits, like get rid of all their fruits, who has the best techniques and Haki?
who has the best hockey? Probably Luffy right now.
The thing is, that's hard to say because we have.
I'd say Zoro.
Is Luffy and Zoro.
Yeah,
Zoro.
Zoro.
No, I'd say Zoro top.
Yeah, but who comes next?
That would be Luffy.
How was Zoro top though? I don't get that.
Law
Luffy would be top.
I don't know if you can say that.
No, you take out the devil fruits, man. She said if you take out the devil fruits.
Yeah, Luffy Haki is crazy.
So they're saying that if Luffy no gum
Actually,
against Zoro is gonna win.
We can't answer that. We can't.
Wait, I forget. Does Urouge have a devil fruit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Devil fruit.
Here's the Hulk devil fruit.
The only one that doesn't have a devil fruit is Zoro and Killer.
I'm thinking that Urouge has some crazy ass hockey.
I think we can't answer that because like we haven't seen.
He probably has mantra.
Yeah, we haven't seen this hockey, but
I mean,
if he has the Hulk devil fruit, if he adds hockey with that,
if I was to assume who has the strongest hockey,
yeah,
I would say
like in a list, like do top 5.
Top 5. Okay, top 5 hockey users. Number 1, I'm gonna say X Drake.
I can see that.
Number 2, Luffy. 3, Zoro. 4, Kid, and 5, Killer. No, Flip, Zoro, and Kid. Flip, Zoro, and Kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
People saying Urouge has got green hockey.
Come on. Come on.
Probably his mantra,
Yeah, I believe so. So Zoro's a top because others have devil fruits. I mean, he had more time to train hockey than those with devil fruits. But I think Luffy's is still better than his.
I don't remember exactly, but didn't they explain it like that Zoro had better armament than Luffy or no?
Well, let's say that's his specialty. Doesn't mean it's stronger than Luffy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I think X Drake is gonna have the strongest hockey. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people sleep on Drake and he's a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Drake is really good.
Say, how do you guys think Urouge defeated the commander?
Beatdown.
I mean, I'm assuming it was probably one of the weaker commanders, but I don't know.
Probably just beat him down.
I've got a question for you as well. Do you think that, and don't give me I don't know what any of that nonsense, that his, strongest crewmates would have helped him?
You mean, do you think it was 1v1? Is that what you're asking?
That giant weapon. He probably just crushed him.
Do you think it was a 1v1?
Yeah,
Someone
I think
said
so.
steroids.
Yeah.
What? Wait. Say that again. Did somebody say something?
I feel like he's the only strong one on his crew, anyway.
Yeah, I agree, because I don't really see anyone like that.
I heard someone say that the commander Urouge beat joined his crew, so he has a second hand.
Cool.
That'd be very cool.
But at the same time, I don't think it's that easy to leave Big Mom's crew just because of what we saw Jinbei do. I don't.
But I mean, Urouge escaped though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm saying I feel like when you join Big Mom's crew, you have some type of tie to her that's
you say you need some sort of kidnapper, hit and run, knockout, rape dungeon time.
Yeah, but the commander's gone, so either he got kicked out or he got killed.
Yeah, I think he got killed.
Or he left willingly.
He converted them into a monk.
That would be pretty cool.
No, I think no, that's actually legit. I actually think that's what he does. I think everyone that is in his crew. No, because it's true. So everyone in his crew, you would assume would have joined him from Skypiea, but none of his crew have wings. So they're all if he came from Skypiea, all the people in his crew he's taught them something from Skypiea, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, and they join his mad monkness.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty cool. He's that would make sense.
I think he gave him a beatdown and just submit.
Wait, say that again?
I think he gave them a beatdown and they just submitted.
No, I'm talking about just the fodder in his crew. None of them are Skypian. They're all human.
Yeah, but I could see the fact that he's got wings. They kind of made fun of him and you had to beat him up and then they joined him afterwards.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
It was good.
Who's that?
Don.
What's popping?
And do you have a question for us, Don?
Well, I just wanted to chime in on the Urouge versus the Commander thing. Do you think it's possible because his Devil Fruit, he transfers all that damage he gets? He was probably getting his ass beat by the Commander, and then
Yeah,
Flipped it
but,
on him.
Yeah, and
but
he
that's how
did
the
like a
devil
King
fruit
Kong gun
works.
one shot. He could do a King Kong gun
Yeah.
one shot kind of
That's
thing.
possible.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Would it be a bad matchup for Luffy? Like he tanks a King Kong gun.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I
In
put
some
in the
way,
comments, but nobody's answering it.
and then he comes back with like a King Kong gun plus his strength. Can Luffy take that?
I think it also depends on his durability. If he passes out to a king, if he can like last, like taking
Yeah.
a King Kong gun, he can probably like
I'm fairly certain that's his fighting style though, to take a lot of punishment.
yeah.
Probably.
He probably has a lot of durability as well.
Yeah. So that'd be a
Yo,
bad
but
matchup.
this is a good matchup. Like now, like look at it like this. Cracker is very similar to Urouge in a way, as in like the more damage you do to him, the more arms and limbs he gets.
Right.
So maybe that's why Cracker beat him, because they both have that like damage kind of devil fruit.
But Crocker lasted longer.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's a good matchup if Urouge does have that power.
But did
And-
Urouge like fight him back to back, or was it like?
That's what I was wondering because
He had to fight him back to back.
no, yeah, that's what I was
like-
wondering because was he like weak when he fought Cracker or was
Yeah.
He was probably very weak.
Yeah, I could imagine him being weak after that. Another thing too, though, is that if their powers are the same, right? I think what gave Cracker the advantage is that Luffy said he had the best armament he ever seen. So if both of their powers is the same, but Cracker has better armament, that could help him get the win, right there.
Yeah, but then if he fought right after, then he had no chance, right?
No, yeah, true, exactly. Maybe a Urouge would have won, but who knows?
I'm wondering if Cracker's the strongest or like where he ranks in like the 4 commanders or the 3 commanders, I guess.
I feel like he's the weakest or whatever like that. Like I feel like the
Cracker?
one that Urouge took down was the weakest, and Cracker was like the next weakest or whatever like that.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
possible.
like Bobbin's probably number 1.
Could have also been Bobbin was the one that got defeated.
No.
Think so?
I don't
Wait,
think so.
Wasn't Ty? Ty was
So,
thinking.
he was there.
Yeah, I don't
He
think
was
so
there
either.
on the Kick Island thing.
Ty, weren't you thinking that as well?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
That Bobbin got defeated by Urouge.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question. If Urouge was 100% and Cracker was 100%, how do you think that fight would go?
We have to see Luffy versus Cracker because if he
I
gets
think-
one shot.
It's hard to say, but I think Urouge is losing.
Yeah, if Cracker's actually one shot after that Kong punch, I would say Rouge could probably beat him.
Crocker cannot be one shot because it's like Big Mom is already slept on, but then again, when Oda doesn't like a character, he just keeps shitting on him. So it's like I don't know if he gets one shotted, then the whole people already think Big Mom is the weakest Yonko and that she can't compete anyway. And if her commander gets one shot by Luffy, it's like people are gonna take Big Mom outside of their top 10.
People think that, but that's not true because from what Brule said, none of them was able to do nothing. Kid wasn't, none of them was, or whatever like that. So people could think that, but in reality, she's just as vicious as the other ones. And what I wanted to bring up too is I read this in your comments or whatever like that. The thing with Kid, what I think happened, Brule said that they all wandered into Big Mom territory by mistake, but they escorted all of them out or whatever like that. So I don't think Kid went there like trying to be tough or whatever like that. I think that they wandered in there by mistake, and Big Mom people dealt with them. But still, only Urouge was the only one able to take out a commander.
So Kid was on like a expedition, just.
Yeah, all of them was. They all went there by mistake or whatever like that. No, I don't think any of them like went there on purpose or whatever like that.
I don't know about that because like don't they have those things in like the ocean where like to like radar the sensors or tell them that they need to leave?
Well, that's if you go into the main part. Since Peckham's was in the crew, he knew the way to go where he can get the clear patches. But I think that like you can just wander into another. She has all these islands or whatever like that, and I think they just went in there by mistake. Because I seen people saying that like Kid was cocky and he just went in there. Like I doubt that was the case. I think they all just like on their way or whatever, they just bumped into her territory.
Let me read it again. I don't remember it being stated like that, but.
Wait, so
the houses on the shore, they have like machine guns in them, so they gun you down if you're not.
And they like warn the people to like get away.
No, the only reason that Peckham's was in the Straw Hats got in is because they knew Peckham's, and Peckham's went up to the cake thing and he was like, "Yo, I'm home," and they were like, "Oh, all right, man."
So does Oda show favoritism towards certain characters?
Yeah, Zoro.
Definitely.
Obviously Luffy.
Yeah, definitely Zoro.
Obviously Luffy, some Zoro. Who else?
Blackbeard.
Yeah. It always seems to work out for Blackbeard.
Since we're
I feel like
Brago,
Hmm?
you really want to finish the discussion we had last night? The one about Kizaru?
Yeah. Bring it up, Ashura.
Bring it up. Well, Brago and I were discussing last night. It's basically Kizaru versus
What were you two up to last night? Jesus.
Versus who?
Akainu.
Kizaru versus Akainu.
He says that if Akainu puts like a magma fist up in the air and they're coming down at Kizaru, that somehow Kizaru's gonna get like.
No, you're twisting my words, sir.
I didn't twist it. You said that if the magma fists are coming down, it's gonna distract Kizaru.
No. You said
he's gonna just come in there and one shot him.
No, you said that Kizaru is just gonna fly away, right? You said
no, that's not what I said, bro. You said that Kizaru could basically beat.
No.
Akainu can beat Kizaru. I said there's no way Kizaru's gonna like go head to head with him. He's gonna take him from afar.
That would be a tactic. He's gonna fill the sky with his magma fists, and it's gonna be magma all around on the ground as well. And then we've seen Whitebeard hit Kizaru, right? So it's like if Whitebeard can hit Kizaru, why can't Akainu?
He's not taking it. I'm telling you. He's getting a blitz behind
if
him.
Whitebeard can catch Kizaru, why can't Akainu?
Where did he catch him?
When he wasn't paying attention.
Okay,
The only time I saw him hit
if you look at
Kizaru was when he was gonna go after him. That's the only time.
If you look at Film Z, even though it's not canon, when Zephyr used the Dyna rocks, the explosion was island level, and Kizaru managed to escape that right when it was right in his face.
Right.
So he has some. He can escape a lot of what Akainu can do.
But with most of Kizaru's moves, I mean that wasn't canon because Kizaru, we know he takes a while to like assimilate into light, right? It's not instant.
Probably like two.
No, because it is kind of instant. Because when Marco,
no,
listen.
When that
Wait. When Marco kicked him into the wall at Marine Ford, he was instantly back out.
Wait, say that again.
Like when Marco did that like kick and it sent him miles away and he smashed into the wall, Kizaru didn't have to regenerate. He just like teleported out instantly.
I don't remember that. He teleported instantly out of what?
He got smashed into the ground, and like he didn't have to do that whole thing with Apu where he has to regenerate.
I remember.
Marco smashed it somewhere, and he basically he came out of nowhere. He
I saw that.
Reassembled himself.
Yeah,
and
the
people
panel
were like fucking shocked.
And then another one is when X-Drake, when he fought the Supernovas, he just dealt with Apu, and then he was instantly in X-Drake's face. He didn't even have to use Yasukani no Magatama, or whatever it's called.
I thought you were gonna bring the Apu thing, because the Apu thing, like he cut him in half, and he didn't do nothing. He just, stood up. His lower half.
That's the thing. I think during Sabodi he was mad trolling, but like when he actually wants to, he can instant teleport.
No, I just think he has certain moves to where he has to.
Do you think the instant teleportation takes some of his stamina? That's why he doesn't do it all the time.
Yeah, probably.
He would do it all the time. Like he wouldn't get caught by Whitebeard and Rayleigh.
Well, if he did it all the time, he would have been like basically huffing and puffing.
That's the thing. I don't understand how when he went because he didn't even use that like beam one where he has to reflect off things to get to Drake. He was literally from one place into Drake's face. So what's the point in even using the reflective one if you can just do that?
Well, the thing with the beam, it has to go in a straight line, I think. So it's like if he does that.
If we remember, Rayleigh was fast as fuck too. So like it might have just be his base speed and.
No, but we saw like even with Whitebeard though, he had to like assimilate into the light. That's how Whitebeard caught him too. And it's
but what I'm saying is like Kizaru might just have insane base speed on top of his Doflamingo.
No, but the thing with Kizaru's speed, it's like every time he does it, it's in a straight line, right?
Yeah.
So like if he does a straight line into a Kainu and he goes into a magma fist, that's not gonna end well.
What I'm gonna say about the instant transportation thing or whatever like that, he didn't use it at Marco. He just did it to get from the wall to a safe place, right?
Yeah.
So I think like when it's like that, he can do it. Or if he's doing it at you, if his Haki is better than your observation Haki, I think he can do it instantly.
I don't think he's gonna
whatever like that.
I think
but like somebody with Silverelli, where you probably have good Haki. it probably doesn't work that
I
instantly.
think he doesn't do it at you if you're on another level with observation.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna see it coming.
Yeah, true.
With Drake,
Yeah, there's no point.
That was Drake's perspective. From Drake's perspective, he
that makes sense.
instantly in front of him.
And then with the wall thing, he didn't do it to anybody. He just did it from the wall to a safe place.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So if he did that straight to Rayleigh or straight to like Marco, Marco probably his perception of time or observation Haki, he's gonna see it coming.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this as well though? Like, the one where he uses all the little beads, like the machine gun one.
With the Magtama?
Yeah, the Magatama, that one. If you I know I'm using Film Z again because I don't like the Marco one because Marco was just healing the damage.
Mm-hmm.
In the Film Z, Zephyr was still hacked up on his arms, but it still pierced through it.
Maybe his Haki is not
his
good
arm
enough.
or his body? I saw it go through his body.
It went through his body and his arms. I'll get you a picture.
Because I know that you can't hack. I've never seen anyone hockey up like beams out. Well, unless it's in the special. That guy on
I think you probably have to have like OD like Haki because like it's not gonna be easy for Luffy to tank like Magma Fist or
like those lasers.
Yeah, or even fire. Like,
well, I think Luffy won't be able to tank them because if he could, right? When that pacifista shot it at him, why didn't he just block them? Why did he dodge them?
I mean,
at the
same time, dodging is always better than blocking, though.
I mean, it is.
True.
But it's like, I mean, that's
and plus on top of that, even if like all things aside, it was really more just to showcase how good his observation Haki was.
Wait, I got. Well, it's gonna take me a while to put.
Someone in the chat asked what was to talk about the cover page. I think it's basically Yasop seeing Usopp basically is wanted first.
Yeah, I agree. Like he's laughing at the God Usopp thing.
Yeah, it's like the God Usopp thing. Like they're all laughing. So why would they put Yasop if it's not Usopp's down?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you saying?
I said the cover page. I think it's basically Yasop looking at his son's bounty.
So it's Yasop.
Hey, what do you?
Oh, okay. I feel what you're saying.
Who's gonna say something?
What do you guys think of? You guys were talking about this at the last discussion stream. What do you guys think about Zoro versus Jack?
Jack?
Do you think it's not going to happen?
No, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Someone has.
I mean, why not?
Because it's only Law and Zoro that have blades. You can't have someone who goes hand to hand against a guy who has blades. Doesn't make sense.
But Jack has these things that they're
what
like
Luffy's
curved
going after
swords
with blades
on the
right now.
tips. Oh, you heard? Jack has these blade things. Yeah, they're not exactly swords, but there's some type of weapons with.
They're swords, bro.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, Luffy's going against a guy with blades right now, with swords.
Well, Jack, they're probably a type of weapon, or they're probably like a type of sword, but they're not your standard sword.
All right, guys, I've got the Zephyr thing. I'm just gonna put it in the YouTube one. Like the laser did go through his Haki. Yeah, but you can argue it's non-canon, but.
So you could say that he basically combined his Haki with the laser. The same way you could say, what's his name? Law combined his Haki with his devil fruit power to cut through Virgo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even if Virgo's Haki was
if Kizaru can do that, if he did that to Akainu, is Akainu dodging all of those?
Yeah, he's not dodging them.
Nah, you probably do the same thing he did with Mark and Vista, like Haki up his magma.
Yeah, but the thing with the Marco thing, like if he hockeyed up just like in the Film Z movie, Marco wouldn't be able to stand up, bro. He'd be bleeding.
But Marco can heal. Like if you use Haki on Marco, it hits him, but he just heals it straight up.
Yeah, he just heals back.
But that must take stamina, man.
That's why.
Yeah, there's a limit on his regen.
That's why when Kizaru said that didn't work or whatever, it was one of them made a joke about it not working, but it actually did. Yeah, Marco's fruit is crazy.
Yeah, imagine awakening though.
Well, I think I don't know. I guess
Might be
like
awakened,
I guess
like,
the healing might
because
be
he's
the
a phoenix.
awakening.
Yeah, like what would an awakened phoenix do?
Cause,
I guess
cause like, Sengoku, he has like shockwaves. I think like the shockwaves was some sort of awakening. Cause like, do like Buddhas like create shockwaves? Like, I don't.
That is kind of weird.
And his flames, if he's a phoenix, right? His flames should like burn, like hot flames. But his are just cool. So
Yeah, his
that's
flames
it.
don't do damage.
Maybe
Yeah.
his awakening has flames.
I think he's already awakened. I don't know if we saw his awaken.
I don't think we saw it. No.
No, I think
No, I
I think
don't think we
I
saw
think
I
the
think he's
Phoenix-
already awakened too.
Yeah,
like,
like
I
this
think
He's already awakened, but I don't think
it seems kind of carny a little bit, but I feel like all the Zoans, they all have the same thing, where it's just that they have that increased stamina, and when they get knocked out, they can get back up.
I think it's like
And I think
I think he might have been awakened in Marineford, to be honest. Like, because if like let's say you eat the phoenix fruit, you can transform into a phoenix, but does that mean you get a passive regeneration, or do you have to actually activate it?
I think it's natural, but I think once you train it up more, it's like I guess for big attacks you have to activate it, but for like regular shit, it's just natural.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kizaru's, you have to activate it. Like he not just, you know what I'm saying? So he knew flying to Kizaru that it wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, there was a scene I saw in the I'm not sure if it's canon, but Kizaru shot him twice in the back, then he activated it. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, I think that is canon because that's just after he gets that's just before he gets the handcuffs.
Yeah, that's where he gets the.
Because like he shoots him, it distracts him, and then the spider
Yeah.
guy puts handcuffs on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marco's fruit can be. I don't know. I think it's gonna be really
Yeah,
crazy.
you're actually right with
And
that.
the thing is like, let's say Marco's fruit is crazy because it has like good regeneration, but like, isn't that kind of what like Jack's fruit is doing? Or like we're assuming that's why Jack is so strong is because.
Durability seems good.
Listen, I think there's different forms, like because obviously there's 3 types to Zoan. You've got Zoan, Ancient, and Mythical.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
I think Ancients have like a beast amount of durability, but I think like some of the Mythicals have good regeneration. Like maybe.
I think that's just Marco.
Or they have special traits like Sengoku has shockwaves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Marco has the regeneration since he's a phoenix, but they all have the durability thing.
No, because Chopper doesn't have the durability.
Most unique thing about Marco's
Chopper, but Chopper's not really a Zoan. He ate the human fruit. That's a little different.
That's still a Zoan, no?
Yeah, it's classified as his own, but I don't know.
Well, when he goes, what's his name? When he goes Monster Point, he does them. But it's like.
Oh, listen. Here, I've got it. Because when we get introduced to Rob Lucci's Zoan, they say that it enhances your physical attributes such as like offense, your attack.
The more carnivorous your Zoan is, the stronger physically you get.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. That's perfect. That's it.
That's why Drake should have so much physical strength because he's T-Rex.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think like some of the ancients, they obviously get the strength, but they get more durability as well.
Do you think Marco's regeneration can last forever?
Nah, it was stated to have a limit.
Yeah, Oda says it has a limit.
Yeah.
With his limit, do you still put Marco above top tier guys?
Yes.
But what's top tier?
What's top tier?
It depends on who though.
Touche, I can accept that. I can accept that.
Like I can see Marco.
I don't think he can beat Jack if that's the case, because I don't see how his regeneration is going to last 5+ days.
Marco is a tier right below the Admirals, I believe.
Yeah.
I feel like he's above Kizaru though, and like I agree that he can't beat Jack, but I feel like he's above Kizaru.
So Jack is above the Admirals as well.
Yo, these people is beasts. Yes, Brago. They're above.
I'm not gonna put Jack above Admirals yet.
But put it like this: if we seen, it's like, I don't want nobody saying the Admirals was not trying. So I don't want to hear anybody say that. Now we've seen,
but they weren't.
We've seen Marco. See, look, that's the only every situation when an Admiral's losing, they weren't trying. You know what I mean? So I want to see.
Never tried though, and it was stated that Akuzan and them never tried. It was that his personality is just lazy.
See, look,
The only
again with the he never tried. It's like, how
Yeah, but
are
you
you
can't just say
Admiral
again with the never.
a high rank and then they're not trying? People's out there dying and stuff like that.
Not their people.
Jozu made blood come out of Aokiji when he tackled him. Why would you not try? It's like you're
Hit
definitely
him
trying.
off guard when he didn't even know he was there.
All right, and if that happened to you, you're not gonna try. Like, trust
What
me, they're
happened?
trying.
What happened when
Wait,
Josie
wait,
was off guard?
Ty, real quick
What
though.
happened when he was off guard?
Hold on. How much do you think Aokiji can try with everybody around?
How much he can what?
How much can he try with his
What do you mean by
powers?
try?
Well, okay, Brago's stating it kind of weird. He's just trying to say that like Aokiji can't go full force because like there's people around him. Like he can't
He'll
just
freeze everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Even his allies.
All right. Why would we seen how efficient people like
Come on,
Silverelli
bro.
is? Why would he Why would he have a reckless fighting style where he's just like putting ice everywhere, not aiming it, not focusing it, not being direct with it? I'm pretty sure he doesn't fight sloppy like that.
I mean, it was like the same thing.
That's what he did in Tsunami though. Everybody had to jump above the water or they would get frozen.
You
Same with
could
Fujitora, you couldn't just-
say that you could say that Kizaru. You could say that Kizaru was trying against Rayleigh.
he was.
Yeah.
He was.
And this is the other thing too. Rarely even Kizaru even told Rarely because he was fighting him and he was still trying to save the Straw Hats and stuff like that. And he was like, "Hey, you're making me look bad" or whatever like that. So why would he say?
Kizaru
But
did use his sword against Marco.
You said
Yeah,
he didn't use his sword against Marco,
No, he didn't use anything besides a typical kick.
and Marco didn't do anything but a typical kick
Okay,
too.
but the thing is,
Marco didn't go blazing Phoenix kick. He just did a regular kick, sent him flying. I'm not trying to. It's this bias thing that when it comes to the Admirals, they're the best. They're
I'm
the
not
best
saying
force the
Marco
military
can't
has.
beat
Nobody could beat them.
Marco
Only the
probably
Yonkos could beat him.
But
They're
like,
not
the thing
trying.
is, like,
Marco doesn't take damage.
you base like things like okay, you say Jozu is like stronger than
Aokiji.
yeah, Aokiji, but like you're only basing off of literally one attack where
But
he's
then-
caught off guard.
It's not all right.
But then, hold on, Ty, hold on.
Those
But
fights
then
were so short, and you're like so convinced.
But
that,
then you kind of erased what Dofi did to Josie. It's like, oh, it's only for 2 seconds.
All right, that was different. That was different because look, he did that when Jozu was off guard, right? Besides that, Brago, look.
Wasn't Aokiji
All right,
off guard?
look, there's a difference though, Brago. Look, the difference is that besides that, right? All he was doing was toying with him like a puppet, to where like Aokiji actually had blood come out of him. What was Dofi gonna do? Toy with him back and forth? Like, is that KO with Jozu?
What is a little bit of blood?
Is that KO in Jozu though? He has him on his strings, pulling like that's not KO in Jozu. So it's like
Wait,
whatever.
So
You know
he's
what I mean?
controlling him?
Parasite controlling you is SKO. There's no more fight. You can't
That's
fight.
not because somebody. He has the team. Somebody could just like, tackle.
What is the team have to do with only one?
So now you had the team on it.
honestly,
I'm saying though, that's not it's not like he KO'd Jozu. It's not like Jozu was like. It's like
Once
wow.
you control him, if you can control somebody during a fight, is that even a fight anymore though?
I'm pretty sure that wasn't the end of that situation or whatever like that. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Jozu could
That's what I'm
definitely
saying. It's
handle
only
himself in
2
that situation.
seconds. It's only 2 seconds. We can't.
You
Just,
can't count a fight that's not serious.
All right, it's not like Jozu was the only one that got the better of Aokiji. So did Ace. Ace got
No,
the
he
better of
didn't.
him when they
but the
did
thing is, the fights were so
Aokiji even
short.
did check this out. How do you not try when Ace did his fire? Aokiji did some iceberg thing. I'm like,
He used
oh
the
snap.
pheasant beak. That's
So
it.
all right, but that's not trying though. But you're getting flashy, making an iceberg. Come on, they was trying. Like stop saying that they
do you
weren't trying.
think fire is
Hey,
a
hold
higher
on.
element than ice?
If you go on
Aokiji fought Kainu for 10 days. You think
Well,
he
where
trying
was
to get
this?
Ace?
Okay, so let me ask you this. All right, he did that off screen. Where was this when he was fighting Ace? I didn't see any.
No,
of
but
that.
the thing is, real quick though, Ty, you know Aokiji, that wasn't his full force because you saw what Akainu did to Ace, right? You saw that, and Aokiji was able to
Yes.
fight that man for 10 days. Do you
All right.
really think Ace and Aokiji is on the same level?
Not negative. Negative.
Ace and Aokiji. Well, we didn't. It's like
those who
yeah,
had Ace are on
because
the same level.
yeah, because we seen that at Marineford or whatever like that.
If
If you go to YouTube right now and you type in Jozu versus Aokiji, it's literally
It's
like
like-
a minute-long fight.
Yeah.
Like you can't like
It isn't. It isn't. All right.
you can't base anything off of like a minute-long fight. Like,
Why? See, it's like why not? That was enough of a. Of course, we didn't see the. It's like
Okay, that's
didn't see
fine.
the
Then
final
Doflamingo
result.
is stronger than Jozu.
No, because he didn't
What?
do no damage to Jozu. That's
Hey,
not.
Ty,
He
Ty,
did
Ty,
no
Ty, let me
damage.
ask you a question. Ty, let me ask you a question.
He did zero damage.
Yeah, Brago, I don't agree with that.
Hey, Ty, let me ask you a
We're
question.
basing it off of one thing though.
It's
right?
like for some reason, it's like it's a bias with the Admirals that even when they lose, they're not trying or whatever like that. Like we seen if put it like this, if he was
But
as
who they
strong.
lost to?
All right, wait, hold on. One thing is that I'm gonna say is that Aokiji has good armament, Haki or whatever. That's probably what made him last 10 days, not his offense.
We didn't even see. Did we see
We've
armament?
seen his offense.
We've never seen their
Check this
Haki.
out. No, look, listen. Before, when they're in Marineford, Haki was not shown to us, so people was using it. It just
So you
didn't turn
can't,
black.
you can't claim Haki though.
No, Haki was there because Jozu can only. All right, Logias can only get damaged by Haki, and when Jozu tackled Aokiji, for him to be bleeding blood, Haki had to be used or whatever like that. So
Wait.
stop saying that we didn't see the Haki. It doesn't exist. Haki does exist.
Real quick. So, what characters do you have over the Admirals right now, Ty?
I have. It's not over the Admirals because Akainu. No, because Akainu was a beast. Nobody was really messing with him.
So wait, real quick. So you think the only person that's stronger than the Whitebeard commanders was Akainu?
Like I feel like Whitebeard.
No,
over Akainu or whatever like that.
As far as the
other than like, all right, I'll put it like this. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. Whitebeard and Shanks over Akainu or whatever that. Other than that, I don't think nobody was over Akainu. But when it comes to Aokiji, because they're not equal, that's the thing.
No, hold on, Ty. I said other than Akainu.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody else is stronger than the commanders?
Then who?
Well, that's not a good way to ask it because look, I'm gonna get to it. Whitebeard and Shanks over Akainu.
Excluding the Yonko captains.
Just pure Admiral level. Pure Admiral.
Oh, okay. So Akainu is over all the Whitebeard commanders or whatever. None of them was standing. Even Marco and Vista both hit him at the same time. Nothing happened.
So are you only putting Akainu over them, or are you putting Aokiji and Kizaru
over
them?
For Aokiji, I can't say the same thing. But here's the thing: not all of the commanders, because obviously only Marco, and Jozu and Ace was the ones that was doing damage. So check this out. So Jozu, I have Jozu over Aokiji. I have Marco over Aokiji. I have Ace over Aokiji because they all shown that they can deal with Aokiji. And then with Kizaru, I have Marco over Kizaru, and that's pretty much it. Because I don't think I got to see.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay. After that, I'll go.
If Aokiji fought Akainu for 10 days, even ground, how do you still put Ace and them over Aokiji?
Because you gotta try to understand that if he has this great armament Haki or whatever like that, that's just defending. That's probably what helped him stay alive for that long. That doesn't mean that offensively he was like, going blow for blow with Akainu for 10 days.
Is it Magma stronger than fire?
This is what I'm saying. He has defense though. It's like that's not gonna that defense. All right, he has defense, cool. But
okay, stop. Can I shut down one of the arguments?
Hey, go ahead.
You were saying earlier, like, Akainu was above everyone because if you put, Marco and Vista attacked him and they used Haki and he still avoided it. But then you go, Aokiji couldn't do the same thing. But if you look at what Whitebeard did to Aokiji, he stabbed him with the glaive. And then they were like, oh, is Aokiji dead? And he was like, no, or whatever. That's the same technique. So if Marco and Vista did the same thing to Aokiji, he can do the same thing Akainu did.
That's not true because I feel like if that was true,
but he took an attack from Whitebeard.
All right, a little stab from Whitebeard or whatever like that. Check this out. So why couldn't he do that? Why couldn't he do that to when Jozu tackled him? Why couldn't he do that when Ace clashed with him?
Like
he wasn't off guard with Ace though. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, the miracle situation with Whitebeard when he stabbed him and he was like, nothing happened. I'm not gonna base it off of a miracle situation because we've seen every other time after that he got damaged or overpowered.
Maybe Beak isn't hacked up.
Oh guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting so fucking tired of this discussion.
Yeah, let's
next topic.
Let's go on to something else. Because wait, real quick, Ty. So you think Akainu is what, A+ and you think do you think Akainu is an S? Let me ask you that.
He can be an S. I don't have a problem with him being an S.
Didn't Oda state that Akainu can find One Piece in 1 year if he was a protagonist?
I said he was an S. What are you saying?
Yeah, he was an S. So Aokiji, right? You think Aokiji's an A?
I think Aokiji.
Because right now we had Jozu at A- and Aokiji at A+.
All right,
was
so
Marco.
here's the thing. Like,
Marco was an
I know
A.
y'all have him. I know y'all have them at these rankings, but since what I think doesn't, change the ranking or whatever like that, like I feel like yeah, I feel like Aokiji's a A, and I said that Joe's was an A plus.
What?
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I can put Jozu there, man. Jozu's powerful.
I could put Jozu A plus, but shouldn't Aokiji be A plus as well though?
I can't
You
put.
can, he
Jones
can.
as
All
A
right, put it like
plus.
this. They both could be A plus then or whatever like that.
No,
But
Wait, hold on.
I
Didn't
feel
Jozu
like
lose his arm?
No.
yeah,
Thing is, you guys not remember the scene where like fucking Akainu was like just literally like 1v9ing all the Whitebeard commanders?
He was
Wait, if
destroying them one by one, destroying them.
if Aokiji can go 10 days, they were stated to be on par with each other.
They're on par.
So Aokiji should be an S.
No, but not even
Aokiji-
that.
no,
Like,
because all
remember
right. So
that?
where was that S with Dofi? It's like Dofi just was like, "Oops, I'm out of this."
Aokiji froze
What do you
him.
mean?
This is
Wait,
what I'm
that
saying. It's like when he gets into it with other people.
Dofi didn't want to fight back.
Wait, who?
Why am
What
I
are you
gonna
talking
keep?
about when he showed up on Punk Hazard?
Yeah, I don't feel like he was trying to have a full-on fight.
Wait,
for that.
was
Dofi had bigger problems, bro.
No, but I'm saying where
Why
was
would
that?
Dofi fight an Admiral at that point?
Why
I'm
didn't
saying how Dofi got out.
Why
Like,
didn't
yo.
Aokiji use his S rank techniques against Dofi? Is what he's saying.
He did. He froze him.
He
And
froze him.
Dofi broke out of it. And Dofi broke out of it like this is little pirate games out there.
Dofi has King
Wait,
Haki, and then he broke out and left.
I don't think an Admiral is one shot in Dofi.
Right, but he'll still
Listen,
win.
Exactly. Doflamingo is a top tier.
guys,
He's not getting
guys.
one shot.
Guys, listen. If Dofi didn't even initiate a fight. Like,
He did.
Aokiji got him off guard, right? And then he escaped the ice, yeah? And then Aokiji stood there staring at him like, you want to go? And Dofi left because he had better things to do.
Right.
But if that
The only reason Aokiji was there.
that fight went on, Aokiji would have smashed him.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
He would have beaten him.
Hey,
He
I don't know
beat
about-
Dofi. I don't know about
Another thing too. Hold on. I just want to say this. You see how Luffy always tell people like when they're strong, he's like you're strong or whatever like that. Check this out. Aokiji is. How can he be an S when not only did Dofi walk away, right? He walked away with his hands in his pocket, like you're not a threat. I'm walking past you.
Aokiji wasn't going to attack him.
That's just his
No,
swag.
that's not Theory just said he was looking at him like, "Do you want to go?" And he just had his hands in his pocket and just walked by. Like if somebody is that intimidating, like if it was Akainu, so put it like this: if you think Akainu was there, you think he would have walked past Akainu
two
with his
different
hands in his
personalities.
pockets?
It's
No,
two
son,
different
he would have not did that. He would have had his hands out, like guard up, and would have walked away.
No, but you have to
It's
realize
multiple
like
personalities.
Wait. Didn't Dofi had his guard up? Like he was
Yes.
standing like he was ready to go.
Yeah.
While
That
Aokiji
was-
had his
the whole
hands in his
time.
pocket.
True.
Dofi, this is
True,
Dofi,
that was
right?
at first, but
No,
I mean
hold
when
on,
he
hold on.
walked
This
away,
was you're talking about with Aokiji?
Yeah.
Dofi knew Aokiji was going to attack him. So this was Dofi testing Aokiji. He did this on purpose. He knew this. So it's like Dofi is going to be prepared for the ice. So I believe that's how he broke out of it. So, I mean, it's
even
like-
that, it's like all right. He probably knew he was gonna attack him, right? But he still went for his attack. He can't attack Smoker and block Aokiji hit. So it's like
What?
he wasn't
Why
even
not?
worried about
Why
Aokiji
can't he?
because he
Right?
had
Like,
both of his hands out. He had both his hands out trying to choke Smoker out or whatever the case
Yeah,
is. So
but he knew Aokiji was there, so he could easily just turn around and face him. But instead, he wanted to kill Smoker. What a stupid move!
because he's not worried about Aokiji. I'm telling you, these admirals, they're not as as
Oh.
heavy as I think they are. Because
Hey,
no,
Josh, do you think Dofi is beating Aokiji?
he doesn't. I put it like this: he doesn't have to beat Aokiji, right? But he can. Even if Aokiji was to somehow win, Aokiji would be very like exhausted and stuff like that, and very
Negative.
like, it would be not. I don't think it because Dofi treated him like a scrub or whatever like that. Like he wasn't even like worried about him or whatever like that.
Yeah, but look.
You gotta get some more people.
You would
listen,
think if
guys, stop.
Aokiji is that dangerous.
No, stop. In Dressrosa, Fujitora was there, right? And when they tussled inside the palace, Fujitora was like, yeah, alright, he gave him a little bit of a fight, and they just cancelled it, because Fujitora was like, F this, I want to go do something. Then afterwards, when he was sat with Pika, Diamante, and Trable, he was like, yo, we all need to deal with him after we've dealt with Luffy. As in, like, he couldn't do it on his own, he needed his crew to help him.
He wanted full support, to be fair.
Yeah, full support.
That's because check this out. At that point, right after he deals with Luffy, he's gonna be too exhausted to fight Fuji on a one-on-one. After that, that's why. It's not because Dofi's weaker than Fuji.
No, negative.
hold
He
on,
even think
hold on,
Luffy was an
hold on.
actual challenge.
Ashura,
Yeah.
what do you think about the Dofi versus Aokiji?
I think when it comes to that, no proof to Akechi is that he knew exactly that he couldn't stand a chance against. So he basically hakied up right before he got frozen.
All right. Wait, but here's what I want to say. Look, so you're assuming that he hacked it right before he got frozen. But check this out. You see how he had both his hands out attacking Smoker, right? So what if he was doing what he did, right? And Aokiji made like an ice sword and just stabbed him in the back. Then what? This is what I'm saying. He was not worried about Aokiji whatsoever because he didn't know Aokiji was gonna freeze him. For all he knew, Aokiji could have frozen him. He could have did an ice. He could have did an ice punch, an ice sword.
So you're gonna say that some guy who has the power to basically ice the entire planet, in a sense, knowing full well that he could do that to him right there, because he told him to stop, don't harm Smoker, that he's gonna attack just like that.
No, I'm saying he could have made like a sharp icicle and just like, through Dofi's back. He didn't have to. He could have did an ice punch, an ice kick. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's no way he could have been prepared for everything Aokiji would have had done. So it's like he just did it like, yo, do what you do. I'm doing what I'm doing, and it is what it is, or whatever like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, look how, okay, Aokiji froze him, yeah, but what if Aokiji would have did like an ice sword or something like an ice punch or an ice kick? What Dofi would have did then? He would have had his guard down and he would have got.
But Dofi can hockey up his feathers too,
No, but I'm saying for him to turn his back on him and all of that and just not even worry about, he can't be that intimidated. He's not worried about him.
He just didn't care, bro.
Dofi attacked Fujitora. What?
No, I'm saying, but not with his back turned or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
wait. So you're saying that because he got a back turn with Aokiji,
yeah,
he was looking at Fujitora. That means what? He could take out Fujitora and not.
No, Aokiji? I'm not. Here's the thing.
Well, he's saying the Admirals aren't much because he turned his back to him.
I'm not saying that they're not like what you. Hold up, look. This is not before the time skip. This is not before the time skip where it's like it's an Admiral. You don't have Haki. You gotta run.
Nah, we're getting stuck on this.
We're back to
getting stuck on this now.
You know what I'm saying? This is not before the time skip. Nobody's scared of an Admiral anymore.
Going by your logic. Sorry, going by your logic.
Fujitora is lenient, bro.
It's like when Zoro.
Alright, I gotta kick a few people.
Zoro like sliced Fuji and Fuji.
Next topic, man.
That's like saying Zoro didn't care about Fuji. That means he could tussle with him. No.
No, check this out. The Zoro situation, right? All right, you see how Fuji blocked Zoro's attack, right?
Right.
Now, let's say if Dofi moved a little over to the right and Zoro just turned his back on Fuji, Zoro's not gonna do that. It's like Dofi really was on some like I don't care. Like you could attack me if you want to. I'm gonna be good after.
No, this is different because Fuji Fuji did an attack and dropped him in that hole, yeah. But Zoro came back out and came up for another attack.
Wait. Someone is hearing me? Hey!
Yes, we can hear you.
What I'm saying, it's nothing wrong with fighting an Admiral. I'm saying Stop. And had his back turned towards
Going by your logic, Zoro had a better attitude against Admiral than Doflamingo.
I don't think so because
he was willing to fight one.
All right, Dofi was willing to fight one too. He didn't initiate the fight. Dofi even walked away with his hands in his pocket. Like,
how?
Check this out. Like, this is off topic a little bit, but remember when Orochimaru was trying to do something to Sasuke and Kakashi was like, check this out. Kakashi was like, leave Sasuke alone, and then Orochimaru turned his back and was like, Kakashi, if you're gonna do something, do it right now. Here's your best shot. And Kakashi didn't do nothing, and Orochimaru just walked away. And Kakashi was scared after, like he was shook or whatever. I'm telling you, Dofi just had his hands in his pocket. Like, if you're gonna do something, do it. That's the best shot, Aokiji.
Because it was like one of those things where like they both knew that they didn't have to fight each other at that moment. They both had no reason to fight each other at all.
Yeah, no reason.
You should also consider the fact that it was the first time we saw Dofi, and Oda wanted to portray him in a certain way.
Yes, that is also very important.
That is true.
No, I know, but it's like it's always something with the Admiral. Put it like this: if that was a weaker cat, like if that was Bellamy, y'all would have never said that. It's like if these same situations with Kizaru, Aokiji, if it was Bellamy, or if it was Buggy in those same predicaments, I would have never said that.
Wait, Ty, real quick though. With the Admirals, do you think they're gonna fight the Straw Hats at the end of the series?
Of course.
Yeah. Like I could see Sanji fighting
Kizaru.
And Zoro with Fuji.
But if they're already like trash, how?
No, Brago. I'm not saying that they're trash. I'm just saying like to someone like.
No, but listen though. If they get
he did say nobody's afraid of an Admiral in the New World.
Right. So Luffy is gonna get Pirate King level, right? The Pirate King level. That's gonna be stronger than Marco, all those guys. But they're already stronger than the Admirals. So then the fights at the end of the series are gonna be underwhelming, right? Gonna be
No,
one shots.
because it's a bigger gap between Luffy and Sanji and Zoro than y'all think. They'll be able to fight. Kizaru and have a good fight still or whatever like that. Zoro will be able to fight Fuji and have a good
No,
fight
Tom, that's
still
not
or
what he's
whatever
saying.
like that.
What he's saying is, if they fight Kaido and them and win now,
Yep.
and Kaido's stronger than the Admirals, wouldn't it be
I never
underwhelming if
said
they only
here's the
fought the
thing.
Admirals?
Hold on, here's the thing. I never said they're beating Big Mom or Kaido. I think that's gonna happen way later.
No, but if
No,
they
he said if they fight them now.
If they fight them now, they're gonna lose the Straw Hats. Then they're not fighting. They're not winning.
It's
That's another
useless.
thing too. People want the progression of the story to progress too fast or whatever like that. All everybody's focused on is like
fast?
the Cracker fight happened, and all I kept seeing was like if Luffy has to go gear 4 just for Cracker when a Big Mom commanders, what is he gonna have to do for Big Mom? It's like he'll get to that later. For right now, the focus is on the Sweet Commanders, Cracker, and Jack and other people, not
Wait, Ty, real
the
quick.
Yonkos themselves.
Do you think they got other people in the Marines that's stronger than the Admirals? Like, do you think there's somebody in the Marines that's
well, check
stronger
this
than
out
Kaino?
though.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask Devil Egg. Do you think there's somebody in the Marines that's stronger than Kaino?
I'm hoping Kobe.
Who's this troll?
Mr. Seth, bro.
Stronger than who?
As far
I'm just kidding. No, that is impossible.
Is there somebody in the Marines right now
He
that's stronger
will.
than
He will.
Kaino?
He will. I think that he will.
Well,
Maybe Green Bull.
it's
That's
probably
end
one
of series,
person.
though.
It's probably one person that's stronger than him, or maybe like that one person in the Gorosei because Kong is still above him. But when you say admirals, because remember Akainu is a fleet admiral now or whatever like that. So he's a little bit different.
It's an
Hell yeah.
Admiral.
Maybe Kong.
He's like a slight tier above or whatever like that. But
Yeah,
I feel
but
like
that's
What's the title though?
I feel like
He's still
CP0. Like CP0 is probably stronger
Wait,
than
he's
the
still an
Admirals.
Admiral, bro. You know what I'm
Some
talking
of CP0 is probably stronger than the admirals. Not Akainu though.
about.
I don't think so.
Zero stronger than an Admiral?
Yeah, I said some of them probably. That's what
I think the leader is
Fucking
probably like
what?
I think the
Wait,
leader is like Admiral level.
yeah, exactly.
But
I don't
the
know. It's
rest-
feel like you sleep on the Admirals a little bit.
I'm not speaking
Wait,
of
wait,
it. It's like
wait.
it's like
Ty, in what
y'all keep
Yeah.
even that. I said look, I tried to have a discussion, right? And I'm like, don't say that they're not trying, but y'all couldn't prove your points without saying that they're not trying because it's like that's the only thing that y'all have. But y'all assume they're not trying. Like Kizaru has a personality that might make you think that, but that's just his personality.
I would say that they're not trying, considering we haven't seen hardly any techniques. Sure, we saw some things from
Exactly.
From
We
Kizaru.
didn't see really all the powers of
I
it.
guarantee you, like Kizaru has a bunch of more.
Real
techniques
quick,
and things that he
guys.
hasn't done.
When Luffy got taken out by Caesar, do you think he was trying?
Well, Luffy said he wasn't trying or something like that. So
Luffy?
I'm gonna go with what Luffy said or something like that.
Perfect scenario: Luffy versus Monet.
Do you think he was trying, or Morning was just stronger?
He was trying, but here's the thing: like he was trying, but he took an L. Here's the thing: like he can't just max out and go crazy every single time. Her power was seen that had kept him busy. What I'm gonna say is that remember at Marineford when Luffy got up to Garp and Luffy knocked Garp out and Garp fell.
Yeah.
Was Garp trying?
No.
Do you think it's different? Do you think
Exactly.
so?
Different.
Garp was not trying.
That was an emotional
Check this out, though.
confrontation.
Exactly.
Look, Garp was not trying. So look, check this out.
Wait, what do you mean he wasn't trying?
There was a reason for that.
When Luffy
he was
punched
gonna
him,
take out Luffy, then he stopped midway.
Exactly.
Garp was not trying. So check this out. So now remember they
He
asked
was
Garp to
trying,
be-
man. He just stopped midway.
Who's echoing? Somebody's echoing.
All right. So Garp was not trying, and they asked Garp to be an admiral. He said no. So we see what someone at that level who's not trying is like. Aokiji, Kizaru, and Akainu, they was trying because no one one-shotted them, and they just flew back like it was nothing. No, because it's like every scenario. It's like every scenario to prove that someone's stronger than the admiral. They weren't trying to try to like
But how can you base that?
Meanwhile, we seen someone like Garp, which I look up to because he was Roger's rival. Whatever the case is, we seen.
Right now.
Guys.
Okay, go ahead, Fury, please.
A better way to say what everyone else is trying to say, Ty, is that they're saying that the Admirals were not going 100%. Not that they weren't trying, just not 100%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's a better way to put it. I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so even if they weren't going 100%, I'm pretty sure they was at least going like 85% or whatever like
Negative.
that.
How can you gauge that?
And what? Check this out, because what I'm gonna say about a fight, right? Because the way that y'all make it,
Approximately 83.22 repeating
Hold
percent.
check this out though. The way that y'all make it seem like, right? Y'all make it seem like you're not going all out unless, like, all right, like with Luffy, y'all make it seem like Luffy's not going all out unless he does gear 4. So, which is not the case. It's like
No.
That is going all
We
out.
see that with Cracker. He was going all out without
or like
the
Ace,
info.
or like Ace is not going all out unless Ace does anti or something like that. So you're not gonna. That's your finisher move. You're not gonna just do your finisher move at the start of a fight. So they're fighting like as good as they can. But when the opportunity comes for that finisher blow where they do their big move, then that's when you're gonna see that final finished move. But they didn't get to do that. But they were still trying. So it's like I just don't. We don't have to keep talking about this, but I just don't agree with y'all on that.
Nah, I
like
feel
the
that.
Admiral
I feel
was
that.
trying.
I feel that.
Wait. You can repeat the ranking of the Admirals right now, Ty. And what class they are.
Akainu S, Aokiji A+, and Kizaru A.
What about Fuji?
A2.
Green Bull?
Hey.
We seen nothing from Green Bull but A.
So
Well,
Marco is an A+, you guys.
Yeah, I have Marco at A+.
Oh.
You got Marco over Fuji?
I can accept that.
And this is the thing. Some of y'all is like, like you're making all these sound effects, whatever, like that. But how like we seen Marco get the better of him until he was distracted. So it's like how could you? It's like we seen Marco winning. So how could you somebody? I'm the only one basing off of something logical because we seen Marco winning. All of y'all is like
Marco.
Admiral.
What about Fuji though?
All right, we gotta end this now.
Oh shit.
Okay, can I ask a question and like because
Has anything to do with Admirals? Don't ask the question.
I'm with Ty on that. The first hand or the right hand of the Yonko has to at least be able to, high difficulty win against
No. The thing is, with our rankings with the A, right? We have who we have Kizaru, Fujitora,
Aokiji.
That's technically Admiral level. We feel like Aokiji and Akainu is slightly above those guys, right?
Wait, no. Why? Because you can assume that Kizaru is up there too. Just because he didn't fight with them for 10 days doesn't mean he's not on that level.
But we have something to base.
Where is the fact of that? Where is the fact?
Nothing that we're talking about right now is fact.
Yeah, exactly. But why?
Because going by like what you guys have been discussing today, when Whitebeard did that massive attack, or not massive attack, one of his punches at the execution platform, and the three of them stood together and did that Haki block, right? They were all using it equally, you can assume. But then Akainu was like, the only reason we had to do this was because you didn't do the ice thing properly, Aokiji, and Aokiji was like, why didn't you just melt it then? Or something like that. And then Kizaru made a joke about both of them. So they all copy to each other, and you can assume that they were on the list. Yeah, but going by your logic today, that's what you have been saying. Just because.
But I would just like to point out though, someone who's A- could still beat someone A. That's not a huge difference.
Yeah, that's true.
He isn't winning their level.
That's the thing that we kind of forget, where it's like just because they're ranked lower doesn't mean they can't beat them.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
How does it not make sense?
Overall, they're lower, but
You can say it's the same thing that when Luffy went against NL. It's the same.
Or when Lucy Crocodile.
Thing.
Hell, most of the people
Luffy
beat are stronger than him.
Because if you're saying that an A- right can defeat an A, why isn't that A- an A?
Because overall, he probably
more often than not, the A is going to be the A-.
Okay, let me put it this way. This is kind of like a little bit of a weird example, but like, say me and Brago are playing Burning Blood, and we both fucking are. Like, he's higher ranked than me, but I beat him. Like, obviously, he's still better than me, but I still beat him.
Like Marco might be able to beat, I don't know, Aokiji for example, but maybe he can't beat Jack, who's on the same tier as him or something.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's like I don't feel like it's I don't feel like it's kind of we're kind of putting the character down because we put him below this person. It's just that we still recognize.
But sometimes the way you talk about certain characters, it seems as if you're like, putting them down.
Who?
Like cough Jozu guys.
Wait, how do I put Jozu down? No. I used the whole Jozu thing because Ty was using the Aokiji getting shoulder lean by Jozu. You're saying that
That is not true. That is not true at all. Jozo,
that is true.
Why?
I think usually when people talk a character down, it's like an emotional response to Ty saying,
I just-
they're the best.
But hold on, I never said Jozu was the best.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I believe you.
It's a hyperbole.
Nah, I'm just saying. Though, like,
all right. So Brago, so I get what you're saying. Like, just because someone's an A and someone's an A minus doesn't
Doesn't
mean
mean they
A
can't beat
minus
him.
always. All right. So how come when I say that Marco's A plus and Aokiji's A, you get mad?
Because basically you're saying more often than not Marco's going to be Aokiji, and I don't agree with that.
Oh well, hold on. All right. Well, but we did put Aokiji at A plus too. It's Kizaru I had at an A, and I had Marco at A plus.
And I don't.
Jozu? And Jozu?
Jozu A plus.
Jozu A plus too, right?
A plus. Is above Kizaru?
I don't agree with that.
Cause Kizaru I have him at an A.
It's above Kizaru.
Well, all right. Well, put it like this. So look. So this scenario, right? It's 3 admirals, right?
All right, we gotta end this. We gotta. End
3 admirals are sitting at a bar.
Versus Whitebeard and his commanders. So if Whitebeard is busy with Akainu, you think the other 2 admirals is just kicking the rest of his commanders' butts? Nah, they're gonna be able to beat them.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, Mark, go ahead and end it,
Who
man.
entered?
Woo me with your honey.
Who entered the
Boys,
hangout?
theory,
Who entered
theory.
the hangout last? Like
Wait.
who came in to ask a question?
Yeah, if anyone wants to ask
Wait,
a
do you
question,
guys-
I'll ask it now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So people were saying in the chat that.
Yeah.
People were saying in the chat that the only reason Luffy got so far into Big Mom's territory was because he had Peckham's help. Do you guys agree with this, or?
Yeah.
That's not true because that's not true because like Big Mom knew he was there even though they snuck in.
She kind of lured him. She lured him in there.
They wanted him to go to the forest.
Yeah, so she was already expecting him in a way.
Yeah, that is true.
And at the same time, Peckham's got kidnapped pretty early, so it's like he's not doing nothing. He's not like
He's
protecting.
dead right now. Or
He's not dead.
No, I'm just saying.
Remember, Peckham's left that note on the ship saying "Leave now."
Yeah,
As if like, he knows.
He probably
he knows
knew that she knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when he probably realized.
Reverse psychology.
Somebody made a straw poll.
It's
Yeah,
Tyquan, thank you level.
Yo.
Wait,
thank you level.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
It's Tyquan, thank you level. No,
What's
he is
Tyquan
Pirate
thank you
King.
level?
Is he Brago level?
Is he? Wait, what's
Marco
winning
sucks.
right now? What's winning? Let me see what's winning right now. Right now,
This is real offensive.
Hold
man.
up.
Marco sucks is winning. That's crazy.
Yeah, Marco
way.
sucks is winning. No, Brago level, they tied.
A word?
This is
Yeah.
disrespectful as F, man.
Brago level. Hold up.
What the hell is happening here?
Marco level winning right now.
Nah, people revoting, bro.
Nah, yo.
Please nerf.
We gonna end this though. We gonna.
What does
end this.
thank you level even mean?
I don't know. I
I think people call him Ty.
don't. It says please nerf. Ty is too powerful right now. We gotta nerf Ty.
Man, Ty. Yo, he's muted.
Yo, come on, my mic was muted. What y'all talking about?
What the hell is happening, bro?
I think it's funny how it asks is he thank you level, but one of the answers isn't even thank you level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, one word trolling, yo.
Yeah, he's a troll. Nah,
Trolling here, trolling there.
But nah, yo.
Yo, Brago, you said 130
Yeah.
Eastern Standard?
Yup. I don't know who's gonna be up, but we gonna double back. Ty, you gonna be
Alright,
up?
cool.
Okay.
What was that, Brago?
You gonna be up?
Oh wait, yeah, coming back on.
Later.
Yeah, I'll be up.
Yeah, I don't know. Frewb gonna be in and out. Frewb be like playing that.
Wait, it's 11:30 right now. What time is it there?
Hour
hold
now.
on, is it gonna
a little
be-
bit over an hour?
12:30.
Yeah, in one hour.
Is it gonna be
Okay.
One Piece again, or is it gonna be Brago after dark?
Just whatever. Yeah, whatever.
All right, cool.
Whatever.
But alright, yeah.
Alright, cool.
I'll catch y'all later. Like the stream, subscribe.
Yo, peace, and make
Thanks
sure
for
y'all.
inviting everybody.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for
it was,
having me.
it was good actually having y'all. All of y'all here.
Yeah. We gonna do more of this though. Cause
Alright,
we have to
cool.
get different.
Make sure. Make sure y'all leave the hate Ty comments in the comments.
Nah, no.
After.
I don't think.
Why do you want hate?
I don't
I
think
look forward
anybody.
to it. Please.
I don't think anybody hates
Shit.
Ty, right? I think
Nah, yo, Brago,
No,
Ty,
but I enjoy
right now.
watching him go on to long debates in the comment thread every time.
Yeah, I don't think anybody hates Ty. I think it's just that.
Read the chat. Everybody love you, man.
I often
Yeah.
defend him.
I don't know. I be thinking someone's making a bunch of fake pages and putting the hate club down.
Maybe this is a complot, man. I'm just saying. Maybe it's a flipping conspiration.
Wait, Ty. Do you wanna link your channel or what? Do you wanna do that?
Oh yeah. How do I do that?
Oh, hold
Wait,
on.
Ty, you have a channel?
Yeah, Ty.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
Hey, Ty, I'm gonna visit your channel, man. What is it?
All right, it's
I'm about to link it.
Tyquan. All right, cool. Thanks, Brago.
I'm about to put it in.
You make any videos, rapper? I'm just saying. He's a
Yes,
great.
I have videos on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ping you out. I'm gonna ping you out.
Well, check this out. The videos on there I made. I'm a video
I'm
producer.
advertising you, bro. Ty.
Now, I'm about to put Ty's
Oh yeah, but
channel in the chat. Go to
in
In the chat.
Yeah.
And it's
All right,
Operation. I'm telling you, Brago. I seen it in the comments. It's Operation Remove Ty from the streams. They going hard. It's like.
No, Ty, that'd be
Yeah,
like
and
one person.
They like
I'm
3
gonna start. The thing is, sometimes I
Ty, you're the best part of these streams.
I forget to put the links in the chat. That's just me being lazy, but I'm gonna start doing that. I apologize. That's just me being lazy. But, I'm gonna start doing that. Wait, I don't know. Is One World gonna come in later? I don't know. Troll World HD. But yeah, I gotta go.
Who knows?
All right, man. Thank you for having me, everybody. Cool. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yo, P.
Peace.
I'm the Legend Mac and I'm gone.